Imagine this. You walk into a room not loud, not flashy, just calm, composed. You don't scan the crowd looking for approval. You don't fidget. You take your time, and as you settle into the space, something interesting happens. People notice, not because you're making noise, but because you're making presence. Across the room there's a woman, elegant, sharp, used to attention. But her gaze keeps returning to you, not because you're saying anything impressive, but because you're not saying anything at all. You're still, you're sure, and it's disarming. She's intrigued.
She's curious.
Who is this guy? Now, you haven't done anything manipulative. You haven't played games. You've simply embodied something incredibly rare. Stoic masculinity. A man grounded in himself is magnetic. And in this video, I'll show you exactly how to become that man. You're going to learn 5 powerful rules high-value men follow when speaking to women. These rules aren't about pickup lines or tricks. They're about energy, about presence. And if you take them seriously, they'll change how women respond to you forever. If you're into becoming the kind of man others are drawn to, without ever needing to chase, make sure you subscribe. We drop real, no-fluff content every week to help you level up in life, love, and leadership. Let's get into it. Rule number 1, speak like a man with options. This isn't about bragging rights or dating multiple women. This is about communicating without saying it, that you don't need anyone's approval to feel complete. When you speak like a man who has options, you give off an energy of calm confidence. You aren't chasing a reaction. You aren't glued to outcomes. That energy is contagious. A woman can feel it instantly. It's in the way you hold eye contact without being aggressive. It's in your relaxed tone. It's in the way you don't rush to impress, because you're not auditioning for anything. Most men approach women with the mindset of lack, hoping for approval, for attention, for validation. High-value men, they bring value. They move like they could take it or leave it. And that, ironically, makes them more desirable. When you walk through life like you're not hunting for connection, but are open to it if it aligns with your standards, that's power. And power is attractive. Speak from that place. Let your tone and posture reflect that you're good with or without her attention. That's what changes the entire dynamic. Suddenly, she's trying to understand you. She's leaning in, because you've flipped the script from pursuing to being pursued. Rule number 2, use fewer words but with more weight. In a world obsessed with noise, your silence becomes your signature. High-value men understand that every word they speak either builds tension or diffuses it. They don't rush. They don't babble. They don't explain themselves unless it's necessary. They speak less, but every word hits harder. Think about how a king speaks, or a CEO in a boardroom. There's no need to fill every moment with chatter. Why? Because their presence already speaks volumes. When you talk to a woman, resist the urge to over-explain. Don't narrate your entire life or flood the silence with empty words. Let the silence breathe. Let her wonder. That's where intrigue is born. This isn't about being aloof or standoffish. It's about being intentional. Say what you mean what you say, and leave space for her to feel the weight of your words. Silence, when used correctly, is an amplifier. It forces people to lean in. It creates space for mystery, for power, and most importantly, for her to engage. Master this, and you'll realize conversations aren't about who talks more. They're about who controls the energy. Number 3, ask questions that dig deeper. Forget the basic small talk. What do you do? Where are you from? These questions are fine, but they won't make you memorable. High-value men aren't afraid to ask deeper, more meaningful questions. Not to interrogate, but to connect. And more importantly, to lead the conversation into places that actually matter. Ask questions like, what's something most people misunderstand about you? Or, what's something you're currently working on within yourself? These questions signal depth. They show you're not interested in surface-level attraction, you're interested in substance. And here's the beautiful part. The deeper you go, the more she starts to open up. Because women are constantly approached by guys who just want something from them. But when you make her feel seen, like truly seen, she'll remember you. She'll trust you, and she'll want to explore more of who you are. Don't be afraid to lead the conversation with curiosity. Real curiosity. Ask with intention, then sit back and listen, not to reply, but to understand. The man who makes her feel like the most interesting woman in the room, that's the man she chases. Rule number 4. Don't chase validation, create tension. This is the biggest trap most guys fall into. They validate too quickly, too often. You're so beautiful. You're amazing. You're different. Now don't get it twisted. Women appreciate compliments. But when they're unearned or constant, they lose meaning. Worse, they expose your need for her approval, and neediness kills attraction. High-value men don't give away validation freely. They let a woman earn it. They stay neutral. They observe. They challenge. This doesn't mean being cold or mean. It means being discerning. When she says something clever, you don't just laugh. You tilt your head and say, "Interesting take. I'm not sure I agree yet." Boom. You've created polarity, tension. Now she's engaged. She's thinking. And more importantly, she's feeling. And that's where real attraction lives. Tension is the electricity between two people who are equally matched, yet totally unpredictable. Don't chase approval. Instead, be the kind of man who holds his own frame no matter who he's talking to. When you stop needing her to like you, you give her space to desire you. Rule number 5. Lead with presence, not performance. Presence is your superpower. It's what people feel when you enter a room before you even say a word. It's the calm in your eyes, the steadiness in your posture, the way you make people feel seen without needing to be loud or animated. Presence is built through self-awareness, through emotional control, through knowing who you are and not wavering from that. Most men try to perform their way into connection, talking too much, bragging, oversharing. But performance fades. Presence lingers. Women don't remember the guy who tried too hard. They remember the man who was fully there, who wasn't rushing, who didn't flinch, who made her feel like time slowed down when they spoke. That's what Stoicism is all about. Not detachment, but discipline. Not arrogance, but assurance. Lead every interaction with presence. Be grounded, be still, be intentional. And you'll realize something profound. Women don't chase men who entertain them. They chase men who make them feel something. And nothing is more captivating than a man who's fully rooted in himself.
So here's the truth. Becoming high value isn't about changing who you are. It's about uncovering what's already within you. It's about stripping away the need for validation, performance, and approval, and showing up as your most grounded self. When you apply these 5 rules, speaking with the energy of a man with options, choosing your words with weight, asking better questions, holding your frame, and leading with presence, you don't just attract attention. You earn respect. You create desire. You flip the entire dynamic. And women begin to see you, not as another guy trying to win them over, but as the man they don't want to lose. If this resonated with you, and you're ready to walk into every room with unshakable confidence, do yourself a favor, subscribe. We've got more videos coming that'll help you master your mind, elevate your energy, and lead like the man you were meant to be. Because at the end of the day, real power speaks less and says everything.